Welcome to LDL 4 part 2. Index exercise number 4 and 5 we'll discuss. Question number 4. Out of the isomers of C5H12, which isomers can produce single monochloride on halogenation, 3 isomeric monochlorides and 4 isomeric monochlorides? For this question solution, first we'll draw or we'll put the isomers of pentane. We know that pentane possesses 3 isomers: normal pentane called N-pentane, then isopentane and neopentane we are having. N-pentane, CH3, CH2, 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 CH3. Isopentane, and then we are having a neopentane. To answer this question, first of all we have to understand the different type of carbons or hydrogens are present in these different isomers of pentane. In N-pentane, we have this carbon of type A. Both of these carbon are associated with one more carbon atom. That's why they are called type A carbon. Adjacent to A carbon, can say that these two are called B carbons, because this carbon contains CH3 on one side and a propyl group on other side. Similarly, this carbon contains CH3 on one side and a propyl group on other side. That's why both of these carbon are considered as a carbon B. And the middle carbon is called C carbon. So how many different type of carbons are present in the isomer of pentane? A, B and C, 3 type of isomers, and that's why by substituting the hydrogen from these 3 carbon, we'll get 3 isomeric monochlorides by N-pentane. So answer to the second question, 3 isomeric monochlorides are produced from N-pentane. Now for this compound or this structure of a pentane, we have this 2 carbon as carbon A. This carbon is called a B carbon. Here it is a C, and this carbon is called a carbon D. So how many different type of carbons this compound or this structure possesses? A, B, C, E, D. So that means it possesses 4 different type of carbon, and that's why hydrogen, when substituted from this 4 different type of carbon, it will produce 4 isomeric monochloride. So answer to the third question is isopentane. Answer to the second question is normal pentane. And the first one, single monochloride. You can observe in this isomer of pentane, all the 4 carbons are of type A, and that means we can substitute any of the hydrogen, we'll get only single monochloride, and that's why the single monochloride can be provided by a neopentane. This is the answer for the index exercise question number 4. Single monochloride will be provided by neopentane. 3 isomeric monochloride can be produced by normal pentane, and 4 isomeric monochloride can be produced by isopentane, because having 4 different type of carbons. Next question is index exercise question number 5. Cyclohexanol reacting with thionyl chloride, SOCl2. We already studied methods for the preparation of haloalkanes from alcohol. Here we have cyclohexanol. Again, thionyl chloride method. The compound so produced is cyclohexanol. Chlorinated product, instead of OH group we'll get a Cl along with the SO2 and HCl. Br2, and presence of ultraviolet radiation. I think there's a printing mistake in our textbook. CH2 NH2 they have printed, but instead of NH2 we are having a CH3 over here called an ethyl group. Undergo bromination in presence of ultraviolet radiation. When ultraviolet radiation is present for the bromination occurs at an alkyl chain, and that's why one of the hydrogen gets substituted, because it follows a substitution reaction, free radical mechanism. So one of the hydrogen from this 2 carbon gets substituted, and more preferentially the hydrogen from this carbon gets substituted because it's a secondary carbon, and that's why hydrogen from this carbon gets substituted with the Br to release HBr first, and the remaining Br will take a place of hydrogen over this carbon to produce a compound CH-Br-CH3. In a third question, we have two hydroxyl group, but we have two different hydroxyl group. One is directly associated with the benzene ring, and the other is associated with the carbon along with the benzene ring, alkyl chain. When reacting with the HCl, H and OH releases in form of H2O, and OH from the alkyl chain gets substituted. We'll get only a substitution and an alkyl chain. And this OH remains as it is. OH cannot be substituted by the HCl, which is associated directly with the benzene ring. We can only substitute OH from an alkyl chain by using HCl or a hydrochloric acid or any halo acid. The next one is a reaction of Hi with CH3 and having a cyclohexene. Cyclohexene. Again, halo acid reaction. It will follow Markovnikov's rule, in which the more negative part will associate with the carbon having less number of hydrogen. Here we have ethylene double bond containing carbon, two carbons having a double bond. This carbon possesses less number of hydrogen compared to this carbon, and that's why I will associate with this carbon, and H goes to this carbon to produce a compound in which a same carbon containing CH3 having iodine as a compound. It follows Markovnikov's rule. The fifth reaction is an example of a halogen exchange method already studied. Iodine product is always obtained. Iodine here substitutes the bromine to produce CH3CH2 and NaBr releases. The reaction is called Finkelstein reaction. In this question, we have one more question on a reaction labeled as question number 6. I think the sixth reaction, a compound called cyclohexene, it undergoes bromination in presence of a UV light, ultraviolet radiation. As I already mentioned, under the effect of ultraviolet radiation, the reaction mechanism which is followed is a free radical mechanism called a substitution reaction. No addition product is obtained. Many students will make a mistake by breaking this pi bond. They will arrange Br over here and Br over here. Addition product, no addition product for this catalyst UV light. Only substitution reaction occurs. One of the hydrogen from this 4 carbon gets substituted by the halogen and will get a product in which the double bond remains intact. Double bond remains intact, no addition product is obtained along with HBr releasing. So here we have 6 reactions as an exercise question, in-text exercise question number 5, and a solution has been provided. So we conclude this part 2 lecture with the solution of question number 5. Thank you.